Hey everyone, Summer here with Astarius, and if you are new to my channel, I'm all about fairy stuff, tarot stuff, some magical stuff. And if you are coming back and joining me, thanks for being here. I wanted to talk about this oracle deck, okay? Yes, it was sent to me by US Games, and I don't normally gush about decks. Like there are some I do, but it's few and in between, okay? And you guys know the ones that I have gushed about because obviously I have videos on them, right? Normally, I would just do a walkthrough of a deck, but I felt like this one needed a little bit more attention. First off, okay, it's the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle. Uh, it's written by Angie Solons, and if you don't know who Angie Solons is by now, she has really gained favor and popularity. She's very established now as a writer in the oracle decks that have been coming out recently, like within the last year. And I have a lot of respect for this woman for many reasons. But one of them is I have several decks written by her, like several books that are written by her in the decks that I've collected. And she never fails to provide quality work. So yay her. And let's talk about Eva Boniva and her artwork, because at first I was a little like, oh man, I don't know, because it has like, yes, it's fae, but it seems a little dark, but kind of fun at the same time. So I knew I wanted the deck, but I wasn't sure how I was going to react to the deck. And look at these trees, guys. I feel like I want to do these in clay. Just because I want to do them in clay, okay? Anyways, so I cannot believe how much I resonated with this deck. Like, seriously resonated with it. It was insane the amount of resonance that came with this deck. As a person who is very fairy orientated, it was spot on. Like every single time I read with this deck, I had no problems. It was immediately connected to whatever was going on. And like I said, and look at this box, like beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I love it. US Games has been coming out with some amazing boxes, man. I just love their boxes. All right, anyways, so this has been like just, I mean, on point every single time. I have pulled it as daily pulls and it's been on point. I've added it to tarot reading. It's been on point. I've just pulled 3 cards to get a general reading. It's been on point. It's kind of crazy. Now, I'm going to admit, I am not a huge fan of the way the backs look. That is creepy to me. It is creepy. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But it doesn't take away from the deck at all or the other art that's in it. It does have like this shine to it. And I did notice that this is etching off quite a bit from use. I can easily riffle shuffle this. I have tiny hands, remember that? So I can easily riffle shuffle this. It's a little bit of a heavier cardstock, and of course it is super glossy, which also is not my favorite thing about decks in a general sense. However, if I lost this deck, I would totally buy it again. I would not be able to not have this deck because I really enjoyed it that much, okay? And I do love the art style. The art style in this deck is, I mean, yes, obviously has some issues. Like, I'm not a big fan of all of it, but I mean, it's right on point with fae and how I feel about the fae folk. They're both a little bit dark and a little bit light, and they have their own mischievous side. And I love that it has the keywords. And honestly, like some of these images, I would not have been, you know, so sure about. Let's take one, for example. Look at this one, embrace effortlessness, right? This is a really kind of fluid looking card as a whole. And if we go into the book, this is number 33. So let's go to the book. It's numbered. So yay numbers, right? Embrace effortlessness. We weren't raised to work with the ebb and flow of energies. We were raised to determine a course of action, have goals, and stick to them. The message has been, if it's challenging, uphill, exhausting, or overwhelming, keep going. Suffer the hardship because it makes the reward so much sweeter. This has led us to go against our own divine nature, punishing ourselves. And I'm just going to skip down a little bit. Let source and its flow be your partner in this achievement. So it's really talking about how we have been trained to see things a certain way, to view things a certain way, and that ebb and flow is actually really, really there for us. And I love the idea of turning a perception on its head and reworking it to where it works better for you. Anyways, so art is gorgeous and fun and cute and a little dark and a little twisted, but I mean, the deck is phenomenal. It reads so well. I can't even explain how well this reads. If you are Fae or have Fae inclinations or really enjoy collecting Fae related decks, I highly recommend getting this deck. It is right now at the top of my Oracle list. Again, not a super big fan of this picture, but it's at the top of my Oracle list. I'm going to use this in everything because I'm continuing to use it. I've been using it for a couple of months now, well, this is my second month using it, and I am in love with it. Absolutely, totally, irrevocably in love with this deck. And even though the art style has a little bit of a, oh my gosh, what is this kind of thing going to it, when you do the actual book readings with it, it just makes so much more sense. I love this one. Look at this. Quiet the anxiety monster. Ah, yes, obviously I love that. Look at this goblin too. Isn't it fantastic? Anyways, so yeah, I would totally recommend this deck. And let me know what you think down in the comments. It's just a really great deck. I highly recommend it. So if you don't own it or you were thinking about it, I say go get it, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very great day.